Friends, welcome to my channel. Today, I am going to enlighten you on a compact machine which is not uncommon to most of you. You can use this beautiful piece of machine in your warehouse if you wanted to lift your pallet. You can use this machine on your farm for agricultural applications. You can use this machine to prepare your land for growing crops. You can use this machine to clean out your temporary structures on your farm. People make barns and stables on farms for storing hay, grains, or cattle used on farms. I myself have stayed on barns in my childhood, which was located on our paddy field where we used to cultivate rice. This machine was never in my imagination during that time of life. In our farm, we were doing all work manually, and if we had such a wonderful machine, we should have used with a bucket or a bale to do a variety of jobs. You can use this amazing piece of machine for preparing soil with fertilizers. You can use it for cutting wood into small pieces. Instead of using a wheelbarrow, you can use this unique machine for transporting gravel and your working tools. You may not believe that this machine can be used for cutting small trees precisely, cutting down grass which are grown to certain height. In this case, you will be using rotary cutters attached to this machine. On most job sites, you can see this machine for carrying material around the site. By using this machine, you can level a ground, fill up trenches on the ground. This what we call as grading. This small piece of machine has great potential in construction sites for digging, trenching, or excavation. You can use it as a brush for removing debris on the land. Again, you can use this to support road work for paving, demolition, or milling jobs. You will be using with this machine sometimes a cement mixer or a miller, to remove a portion of paved area on the road. Basically, this machine you can use precisely to demolish tight areas. Buildings which are very close to each other. I just mentioned a few of several possibilities with this wonderful product. Can you guess what this machine is? To help you better, I would like to tell you something more. This compact machine can be a lighter one for using in tight spaces where you need better maneuverability. You can use a bigger size for major demolition activities. You may use a medium-sized unit where you can't use a backhoe loader. The difference between different sizes of this machine is their capacity, weight, power, and of course the frame size. Now you are sure it is not about a backhoe loader. Let me give you some more clues. This equipment is available either with wheels or tracks. I think you got it. Okay, it is a metal structure with two arms on each side. They are hydraulic arms. The main attachment to this machine is a bucket, and if you take the lightest machine, it can take around 1.2 ton. Using this machine, you can turn the left wheel and the right wheel independently. When you turn wheels on both sides at different speeds, there is a tendency to drag or skid. Yes, this great product is called skid steer loader. A skid steer loader is a compact machine and for multiple applications. It is best suited for small working areas, but it can also be used in different terrain, and it is maneuverable. You will be seeing a skid loader in most of the construction, agricultural, and landscaping project sites. Let us see what is inside a skid steer loader. In early days, traditional lever and pulley mechanism was used to control the functions. In these days, it has been replaced by joystick controls. Once you sit inside the cab, you will find out two joystick controls on your left and right side. The left joystick control is for you to move the loader forward or backward and left or right. Okay, the joystick control on the right side is to control the boom and the bucket functions. Both these joysticks have hydraulic valves. On your left hand side, as you operate the joystick, there will be hydraulic fluid flowing into the motor for controlling the movement of the wheels. On your right hand side, as you operate, hydraulic fluid flowing into hydraulic cylinders, and then the bucket can be operated. The bucket will be moving either upward or downward, or tilting forward or reverse. So, what you learn from these actions is that there is no proper steering mechanism in skid steer loaders. The wheels are not rotating, but we can make them to skid or drag. You may think that this kind of skidding or dragging can lead to damage of the machine, but of course that's not the case. The torsional force is developed due to torque which causing stress. In our daily life, we apply torsional forces when we squeeze our wet clothes while washing. In case of an engine, it is giving torsional forces to the drive axle. In fact, it does not damage the skid steer loader because you have strong wheel bearings and a rigid body. So it prevents torsional forces from making damage. As I said before, some skid steer loaders are fitted with wheels, and some have got tracks which are made of rubber or metal. Let us see where those machines are applied. If you work on uneven surface, rough terrain areas, or slopes, you can use track type where the weight is distributed. If you are on an even surface, paved or level ground, wheel type is convenient. If you look at the commercial side, it is cheaper to maintain the wheel type. In wheel type, you can clean the undercarriage easily compared to the track type. Your fuel consumption will be less with wheels than tracks. If you ask me which type of skid steer loader is suitable for you, I would say it depends on the nature of the project. A few points that people normally consider while choosing a skid steer loader can be shared with you. First of all, you must know the rated capacity of the machine. You should know the load on your bucket that can tilt your machine. This is understood once you keep weight on the bucket at maximum lifting reach, and understanding the moment your rear wheels tend to lift up. The safe operating capacity is normally 50% of the load that tend to tilt the machine. Knowing your safe load capacity, safe operating capacity is not the only variable you should consider. You should also consider some other factors such as the weight of the machine, wheelbase, axle torque, and also the hydraulic system. If you have multi-working tools to be run on the machine, then engine horsepower and hydraulic horsepower are very important. This is because the engine is generating drawbar horsepower in drive circuit and implement the pump. Those pumps and circuits generate hydraulic horsepower, which is essential for working tools. You know, some manufacturers include additional gear pump to the flow circuit, which increases speed of the working tool and also the hydraulic horsepower. Technically, most people know that it is high flow hydraulics. Another important point in selection process is the kind of lifting pattern. You know, in the industry, there are two kinds of lifting patterns, designs. One is radial lift and the other one is a vertical lift. Let me explain to you in detail on my next occasion. Please share your comments with me on this video. God willing, we will be meeting very soon with the next part. And this is Tajuddin Qasim signing off. Goodbye.